This HAN Network video is brought to you by Walter Stewart's Market.
Tracy Nichols is the athletic director here at Trinity Catholic High School. And Tracy, I think I heard you say since 1982. Is that the truth?
I think so. I think it was 82. It's hard to figure, remember that far back, but it was 82 or 83, somewhere in that area. I think this is my 39th year at the school. It could be like my 34th as AD, I think.
And right off the bat, I want to ask you about behind our cameras is the football field, and we're going to have some fresh turf out there pretty soon.
Yeah, we got a project that some wonderful people called the Envision Project have been putting together that it involves more than just the field. There's a couple phases to it. In fact, if you look behind your van here, you'll see that they're putting a new roof on, for one thing, and but the big phase for us for athletics will be the construction of the turf field, which is going to start approximately November 1.
Tracy, in talking to some of the coaches and teams prior to talking to you, a lot of talk about it being a small school, about the small size of classes coming in. How big a challenge is that for these athletic programs?
Well, it's we had a football coach years ago, Joe Anzalone, who used to have a great saying. He said, if it was a fight, I'd be worried. but if it's a game situation, if you got 11 good kids, you got 11 good kids. Probably the biggest thing that hurts us numbers-wise would be, if kids get injured, kids get hurt in various sports. You don't have that kind of depth, and it's you're always breaking in new kids every year. That maybe other schools don't have to do.
There's also the challenge when you have a school that draws from different locations, you don't have one feeder system. So every sport's learning the system anew starting as freshmen?
Oh, absolutely, and especially, you take a city like Stamford where you have, multiple high schools, then that is even a bigger challenge in terms of that, because, if you look at some of the, how Louis Marinelli turned around New Canaan football, he was able to get involved with the youth programs, or Mars Petrosio over at Staples get involved with the youth program. They're one high school towns, and I do think our coach Donnie does a wonderful job of reaching out to the youth programs and offering to help. And we do that in baseball, and Mike Walsh does, and Tom Criz do that in basketball, and we try to do it in every sport. Not everybody's always receptive to it, but you offer it, and you hope you can build a camaraderie.
Since you mentioned baseball, Tracy, I'll ask you about your baseball team. We saw them back in May at Harbor Yard in the FCIAC. What a fun team that was to watch.
It was such a great group of kids, and a reporter asked me about, well, you won, you advanced to the next day after we'd won a game or something. They said, boy, it's great, you're going to play another game. I said, no, what's great? I'm going to get to be around these kids another day. Because there was that kind of group of kids. They were just wonderful kids who all pulled for each other, and we still keep contact. In fact, a couple of us, Thomas Costigan, Randy Polonia, and Matt Fraioli and myself, we built a new batting cage this summer. They came back and helped us build a new batting cage that one of our alums donated on the hill over there. So I mean, they're just wonderful kids, and I still hear from them, once a week about their progress. Randy's up at UConn already, and Thomas is playing football at Bryant, and it really was a really fun crew. It really was.
How strong are the ties with the alumni here? Because that can make a big difference in the quality of the program. If you can have the alums coming back and donating and supporting the program, it can really help you overcome obstacles.
Well, and you do have that. I have, in baseball, I have one alum in particular who wishes to remain anonymous, who, gives us quite a bit of money every year towards the baseball program, enables us to buy a batting cage. Last year he donated enough money to put up a new backstop, build a new infield, put a new sprinkler system in, and the year before buy new uniforms. And Donnie has a alumni football game coming up in 2 weeks, and there'll be 70 to 80 kids coming, not kids anymore, but they'll go out there and think they're kids. That's why they'll pull muscles. And so yeah, we do. Mike Walsh, yeah. And if you look at our coaching staffs, for an awful lot of our coaches, they're alums. They are alums themselves, and it's very important to us because they understand our strengths and our weaknesses. They don't use our lack of numbers as an excuse. They use it as a positive with the kids. They don't use the fields not being comparable to the public schools until we build a new complex. Though I think our baseball field right now rivals anybody's in terms of its condition. But that alumni support is so important to the school. It really, really is. And I think it's good. And we have some wonderful people in the alumni office who are trying to make it better. I think they'd like to bring don't forget this is Trinity Catholic now, and it used to be Stamford Catholic. And I think they'd like to bring the St. Mary's and Central Catholic people more into the fold. And I know that's one thing they're pinpointing to do.
I'll be honest, one of my favorite places to call a basketball game, and I haven't done it in a few years, is right here inside this building. So hopefully we'll get to do that as well. We thank Tracy Nichols, the athletic director for the Crusaders. He joins us on the HAN network here at Trinity Catholic High School.